we think that men who have less money than the millionaires and billionaires have issues with women because we don't have enough money. But it's actually the opposite, because millionaires and billionaires go after the Instagram girls and the Instagram models and all the like the hottest. And then it's
you're
like
picking the litter.
Yeah, you get to pick what you want, but they always pick the wrong girl.
Right.
And they come into your life just to destroy what you got going on.
Yo, hey, what's up? Welcome back to another pod. It's your boys Julio.
What's up? It's your boy Nate.
Yes, sir. We back on the Change Your Algorithm podcast, man. Thank you for joining us again. How you doing today, brother?
Hanging in there. It's another Saturday. Feeling good. Had a great night last night. Saw the Sinners movie.
There you go.
That was good.
Nice, bro.
And also, I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to
Mississippi
regular movie theaters experience. I can't do it no more. I think
you bougie now?
Yeah,
I picked.
It's it. Done. I need my service. I need my little pillow and my little blanket.
You got the pillow and the blanket?
Yeah, got everything, man. Got the setup. And then you got these nice ass comfortable chairs and enough space between the person that's next to you.
That is.
And it's
true.
like, you're spending maybe $80, $75, $80 with food and then the movie and all that shit.
But that's like a whole date. Like, it's like
exactly.
A proper date.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, we spent like 100, I think 110.
But I mean, still, bro. Nowadays, you go to a decent restaurant, you're blowing 100 quick.
Yeah, and that was dope. And then how many times do you really go to the movie theaters? Like, well, for me and Niche, like we don't go to the movie theaters a lot. So if we do go see something that we really want to watch in the theater,
like Sinners,
Sinners, then we'll go. And I feel like that experience for us works for us because it's like it's more relaxing and it's more like less than it's. I'm not saying that all movie theaters are like uncomfortable or something.
You're bougie.
Yeah, but I just kind of, it's because we do it once in a while. Like I couldn't imagine doing that shit every Friday. Like it's going to be too expensive.
Right.
But like doing it every once in a while, like I feel like it's good.
And it's different when you with your chick, bro. You try to be comfortable. You try to enjoy yourself.
Yep.
Obviously, if like me, you, Dave, and Greg, if we're like, let's go watch this comedy movie, bro. Shit look dope.
No. If y'all not doing that experience, I'm not going with you hood guys. No, I'm kidding. No, I'll go
to the AMC on.
No, you're right. You're right. No, I would go and enjoy that. Yeah, that's different.
Theater, we don't need much. Obviously, I'm still trying to recline, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we went to IMAX.
So Sinners, we shot on the big boy format. It's just 65 millimeter.
I'm not gonna lie. Greg wanted to go further back, but I kind of I wanted to get like the best sound and I wanted to get the best sound and image experience. So I was like, let's sit like in row F. And I thought there was gonna be more of a gap between the screen and the first thing. But like we were right there. We were like right there where it was close enough. But like if we were any closer, we would have been like,
I hate that.
And I kind of fucked up. I was like it wasn't that bad. But the fact that we couldn't recline either was kind of like, damn.
Ew, disgusting.
Hello, this is ghetto. Can we recline, please?
Yeah. Nah, it's all good. Like, again, like it's not a big deal, but I think when you're on a date or with your significant other, like it's I don't know, it feels better to kind of do it that way. It's more comfortable, more like convenient.
Excuse me, sir, can I have a glass of Cabernet?
Yeah. But speaking of Sinners, how did you like the movie? Like, what on your rating, the scale 1 to 10?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like it was very overhyped. I'm giving it a solid 3. No, I'm talking shit. To be honest, I think it was everything that we expected, man. Like from what we remember when we saw the trailer, like I kind of had a feeling he was going for that very real tone of like, man, it feels like some real dudes dealing with this fucking vampires, and how the hell we gonna get out of this? And it kind of gave me that element of even the same movies that we mentioned, which was like Dusk Till Dawn or From Dusk Till Dawn, and the vampires from John Carpenter. Like it had those vibes for me, man, and I love that shit. I love vampire movies like that, man. On top of all the dope history that he put into it. Touching on the whole Prohibition era, the twins concept was fire. The whole neighborhood kind of knowing each other, like that was dope. Man, I loved it. And then obviously you got some evil whites. That always works. What about you, man?
What's your rating on it?
What's my rating? I'm not gonna lie, I give it a So just off of the film itself, especially because
Just one rating. There's no other like.
rating.
It's just one rating.
Damn, bro, it's a lot of pressure.
No.
I remember initially I went with I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Only because I feel like the vampires element, like you can't really do nothing too new with it. Like where something like Interstellar, like that shit was such a fucking big concept. Everything about it was new. It was done excellent. To me, that was like a 10 out of 10 movie. But like Sinners, like it already kind of done something that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Like with them not being able to come in unless they're invited. Like I that's from like a classic Lost Boys movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like the vampire rules in like all the movies.
Which was cool. Like,
Yeah.
but everything else that he brought to it was fucking amazing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a good movie too. It started really slow, but I guess what he was trying to do is kind of get in that culture of, you know, the back in the day and
The Mississippi.
Mississippi and kind of touch on, you know,
the dynamics of like because I didn't know Asians were.
Yeah, me either.
I was like kind of confused, but I knew there must have been a reason he did it because I'm like, why would he just have them in there?
Yeah, and then so he was trying to do some character building there,
right?
And then also show the world,
right?
But I felt like it took a little too long, and almost like second guessing. I'm like, damn, is this vampire shit ever gonna happen? And then when I saw a dude fly in, and again, this might be like some. If you guys haven't seen the movie, it might be a little spoiler alert. You know,
you should have seen it by now, though.
Yeah, y'all. If you haven't seen it, it's on y'all, man. Come on now. But yeah, so when dude flew in, like it was like probably I want to say almost an hour in, maybe 45 minutes, and I was like, oh shit, man. And then even when that happened, I was like, okay, it's about to start. And it didn't really, it was just like, it was semi. And then it took all the way back to the club for everything to go down. And then I kind of wish it kind of went like the vampires showed up like more sooner and like things were happening sooner throughout the town. And then rather than it being one spot and then that was the end of the movie. But overall, it's a good movie. I gave it a 6.5. 6 because you know I'm a vampire, like I like horror vampire movies, and I'm not sure if that was really what he was going for, if it was just the icing sprinkles on the cake.
I think it was kind of like the icing on the cake that he pretty much was like, man, what's like the soul of this film and what's like the heart of it, and then the vampire element, which I'm not gonna lie, I feel it reminds me of like kind of our shit too, like. The vampire shit was, like you said, was the icing on the top that's gonna sell it. That's gonna make it like a quote unquote theater and blockbuster movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then in between all that, you had like characters who had their own trauma coming back to a town where it's like everybody knows your history. You know, they're trying to rebuild and start fresh, but then everybody got like their history attached to each other, and I thought that was cool. Obviously with what me and Sam went through.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, Nora and Sam said that. You know, she was like, "Oh, Ralph made an appearance." I was like, "What?" And then seeing that scene, I was like, "Damn, that's crazy."
Bro, it's so random. I was like, "What?" Like while we were watching it, I was like, "What the fuck?" And I had I told Sam multiple. She was trying to bail out. She was like, "I'm not really feeling it." I was like, "Yo, trust me, this is a dope movie."
Like after that part.
No, before. She almost didn't go to see it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, bro, we already got tickets. Like, trust me, just pull up. And she's like, all right. So and then she ended up like being glad she went. You know? But that was crazy, bro. Like that ending scene. I was like, that shit fucked me up a little. Like it got me emotional, and she started crying.
I can imagine.
I held it in because I was like, damn. I was able to, but she started crying a little bit because I was like, damn, bro, like. You know, we've made peace with the fact that, Raph isn't here with us and he's watching over us. But then it's like, damn, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thought that far ahead of like, man, it's gonna be crazy when we like cross over into that next afterlife and be able to actually like meet his soul or see, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And feel his energy again, man. So that was a beautiful scene, man. And to me, I liked how all the characters were rooted and grounded in like some real life shit, you know? So I do agree with you though. If he could have found a way to maybe introduce some of the action sooner, that would have been cooler. But yeah, I think there was just so much ground he was trying to cover and so much characters he was trying to introduce.
Yeah.
that it was like tough to kind of speed it up without making the pace feel weird.
Right, and it was tough to intertwine the vampires within the story in the beginning. So I get that. Like he was trying to touch on a lot of things at once, a lot of different topics.
How'd you like how the vampire was introduced? Like when he finally did like when the Remick character finally did make his appearance.
I think it was okay. Uh yeah, I think it was good. It looked like he was running from something, like, and it was the daytime, so he was like boiling up and shit,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and then you know, he showed the greed between people, like they'll let in anything for money.
Mm-hmm.
Um
True. Yeah.
and I don't know, it was okay. It was okay how it was introduced. It wasn't all that, like I wish I would have saw him kind of kill the husband, but
Mm-hmm.
it just skipped to him just he already ate him up and shit, and like we
Right.
had to assume that, you know, once he came alive, okay, now we know the bite that he does,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it wasn't a kill bite. He's just trying to form an army at this point.
True.
And yeah, it was pretty good. It was
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. But yeah, again, I just coming from the background of loving. I don't think it was for like people who watch a lot of vampire films.
True.
I think it was just a great movie for just
Right.
people
Right.
on the
Right.
whole and the culture and the whole. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what it was for.
Right.
So my rating was kind of based on vampire movie slash horror thriller slash, you know, story and like all that shit. So because I like vampire movies so much, I had to give it a 6.5 because of that.
Oh damn!
So you listening to this?
They about to come for you, bruh.
That's all right.
But that's understanding, man. Especially like it, because I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, but also, so speaking of Sinners, they had a movie deal that everybody was shocked by with Warner Brothers. They pretty just to break it down, they got a deal. From my understanding, and this is what I understand from what you know, watching some videos on it and then reading like a little article. So the deal is that they get gross profits from the movie when it comes out, not just like revenue profits, like gross profits,
Right.
meaning like they get, you know,
A
money off the
percentage as
ticket.
soon as
Yeah.
from the first dollar, right?
Uh-huh. And then also 25 years later, they also get to keep the IP of
Full
the movie.
ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which that is cool, but everybody's kind of surprised on it, and like movie execs were going crazy from other. They're like, how could you give them that? But it's like they, from my understanding, this is nothing new. Like they've been doing this for a lot of, like, you know, filmmakers and stuff like that. But I guess they're choosing,
Who
you
they do
know,
it
who they
for?
do it for,
Yeah.
right? And then now, that he was kind of like, you know, he's doing this movie and he got it made, and then or he's doing this movie and he's like, yo. And he had a lot of, you know, leverage with, you know, doing Black Panther.
Right.
Everything
I mean,
Ryan
bro, he's
Coogler
done
does is like
he's
gold.
done blockbusters. He
Right.
went from the indie world doing
Yeah.
like small budget, passionate films. So it's like, yeah, bro, he's kind of done it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's dope shit that he got that type of deal.
Yeah,
Uh
that it is pretty impressive though, man.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, since he's getting full ownership in when the 25 years is done, which still is a lot of fucking time for everyone to
Yeah.
make bread with, bro.
Mhm.
Like I don't see how that's gonna hurt the studios completely, bro. Like you talking about 25 years from now, like
It ain't gonna hurt them, man.
yeah.
They
I
just
think they're
hate.
just scared of the dynamic shifting.
Yeah. And
More power to the filmmakers. The
mhm.
filmmakers are kind of like starting to call shots. It's scary for them,
Yeah.
because all they hold is like the business side.
Right. Right.
And that's why I've been wanting to watch that studio show with Seth Rogen on Apple.
Mm.
I'm kind of like wanting to let a few episodes stack up to get a trial and just kind of binge it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I think that's all it is, just dynamic shifting. Cause yeah, like you said, they've done it for a few. I think it was like not too many though. It's very
Yeah.
select few. But as you know, Quentin Tarantino, they did it for with that
Of
Once Upon
course.
a Time in Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about that, you seen that Variety article?
No.
So when Tarantino, when their film dropped, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Variety did an article like, oh, Brad and Leonardo helped Quentin Tarantino secure #1 spot in the box office this weekend at $41 million, right?
Mhm.
With the future looking good, like pretty much super positive, right?
Right.
And the budget for the film was $90 million.
Mhm.
Now, fast forward to now, the budget for Sinners was 90 mil,
Mhm.
same shit.
Mhm.
they made $45 million the first weekend, right? The Variety article said Ryan Coogler in his original horror grabs #1 spot in the box office, banks around 45 million, but covering the budget is still ways away.
Oh yeah, they're just
So I
hating.
was like,
They're just trying to knock it
that's
down because it's
crazy.
doing so well, and they can't believe it. Yeah, so they're just
I
hating. I
was
hope
like,
they get a
wow,
lot
bro.
of shit for that.
Yeah, facts.
I hope they get
Mhm.
torn down for. I hate when they do shit like that. I think
The
it's so
thing is, they
unnecessary.
play themselves, bro. Because with the power of the internet, you're
Yeah.
already like to be real, bro. I don't think I've ever like, oh, I gotta go check Variety and see
Yeah.
what they're saying. Like
Right.
everyone's looking at
Yeah.
podcasts, blogs.
Well, who knows? Maybe they did
independent,
it
like
because of that,
oh
so
to
that we
catch
can
like
start talking it on
oh
the pod and
shit.
shit like that. Yeah.
Damn.
So it's all maybe marketing too, because they're like, damn, nobody cares about us now.
True.
Nobody cares about
True. So it's
our
like
opinion anymore.
all publicity is good publicity, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But moving on. So also that's kind of happening right now
Mhm.
in the cultural news, I guess, is Shannon Sharpe situation.
Mhm.
Which we wanted to touch on because this is change your algorithm and like
Right.
we-
And
you
what he's
know
done with his podcast is pretty dope.
yeah, and what he's done with his career, podcast, everything like that is awesome.
Where he transitioned from sports.
Yeah, and also this also touches on like changing your algorithm. Like,
Mhm.
did he really change his algorithm, or um,
Did he kind of fall back into like
yeah, he fell back, and
Mhm.
but it also shows that like one mistake that you make can just ruin your career,
Yeah,
and it can
or
ruin your name
at
and
least
character.
hit it hard. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I don't know if he did it or not. Nobody knows what he did. I know he tried to pay her off. That's kind of publicly known, but
And I'm not gonna lie, 10 mil to try to it could you could say, hey, he was just probably trying to get it done with because he didn't want this to happen where people are talking about it,
right,
and it's kind of like adding like that's just that bad energy around his name.
yeah,
But damn, bro, 10 mil is a lot of fucking bread for her to just let it go.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, not
Yeah, I don't know,
it's
bro.
not to him. It's like, okay, I got a peace of mind, and we can end it and settle it, sign the
Right,
paperwork,
it's
and then
worth
it's
it. He
done.
got
It's worth
bread,
it,
so
yeah.
he can
And
keep
that's
making more bread.
100% to me. That's worth it, yeah.
Mhm.
But the thing is, like, she's working with a lawyer. So when you're working with a lawyer, if like, okay, you're willing to do 10 mil, and we didn't even get to the meat of things yet. All right, maybe we can up it to like 50, like 20 or 30 mil, and then we can settle
True.
there. So he's just like, nah, we can get more out of this guy.
What did you say, nigga?
You were
And
about to say the N word. No,
yeah, a little bit.
you got so into the
Shannon, you
character.
pissed me off. Okay,
You let us
I
down,
almost said it, but hey, you're a great guy.
brother. And you were getting into
Yeah.
the character and the mindset of the lawyer,
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
who's probably a white dude.
But no,
Do you think this kind of ties in with the whole theme of fucking sinners, man, and like vampires and just like fucking
yeah,
the more
hmm
you're kind of like shining your light and like vampires come around, bro. It
yeah,
attracts them, man.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta like be on your P's and Q's. You can't invite them in. So it's kind of like a life lesson,
Yep,
man.
yep. It's definitely symbolic to
Mhm.
life. Like I definitely agree. Um, uh, the things in sinners coincide of what we have going on in society for sure.
Word.
And yeah, that is a great analogy, by the way. And he definitely invited that chick into his life, which
Yeah, bro.
he's
'Cause he
been
said it
warned
was all
multiple
consent.
times. But
And she's 20 flat.
yeah, he's an idiot. But
I thought when I first read the article, I thought it was like a 20 something year. I thought she was like 24, 20, and they were just like, but and then it's like I seen it again. It's like 20-year-old OnlyFans girl. I'm
yeah,
like, bruh.
and you know what? This one lady said it on a podcast. She said, "We think that men who have less money than the millionaires and billionaires have issues with women because we don't have enough money, but it's actually the opposite because millionaires and billionaires go after the Instagram girls and the Instagram models and
And
all
they
the like
come
the
to you,
hottest."
it's like
Yeah, and then
you're
it's
picking
like,
the litter.
yeah, you get to pick what you want, but they always pick the wrong girl, and then they end up ruining their life because of that wrong girl that they picked.
Damn.
Because now their life is based on they have like a million options, so they're
Right,
just
right.
picking what they would pick if they because they got it, just like, oh, all right, we'll just pick this, whatever. That they're not understanding the repercussions that come behind picking these certain girls. They're like little devils,
Right.
and they come into your life just to destroy what you got going on. Because there's a little resentment there that you have all this stuff, and they feel entitled to it.
Opportunity for her.
Yeah, and they feel entitled to what you have because it is what it is. Like there's just bloodsuckers out. There's vampires.
Yeah, she's a vampire for real, bro. Because
yeah,
even as a woman, bro, like, okay, I get you can exploit this type of situation, but like, you really gonna do that and then feel good about it? Like, just go
they don't care. They do OnlyFans. They do all types of shit.
Yeah,
so they don't give a shit. If they're showing their pussy online, like they don't care about nothing. Like you can't care about anything if you're showing your pussy to everybody in the world.
Well, yeah, why?
Like,
see, that's where he fucked up, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you supposed to be an OG. You supposed to know, like, I ain't messing with that type of young girl. She ain't got nothing to lose. She out here just looking for, you know what I mean?
But that's the one thing though. Like when you're black and successful, that's the one thing they get. Like Denzel said it in that movie, He Got Game. And, I don't even think it was Denzel. Maybe it was the other guy, the cousin that was trying to introduce him to the whole college life and shit. And he was like, "That's the one thing they're gonna give you to destroy yourself as a successful black man. And give you some white woman, and give you some drugs and some alcohol, and they're gonna find your weak point because like." And they're gonna expose it, and they're gonna try to push it onto you. You know what I mean? And they're gonna like, and that's the only way they'll be able to bring you down. You know what I mean?
It's tough, bro.
Yeah, and then you can tell maybe Shannon. I don't know. Maybe even if you was spiritually grounded, like the temptation for him was probably just too rough. I don't know, but I think it's just so dumb to mess with a girl that young and you're that old.
Yeah.
Like there's no morals on that side of her.
I mean,
part.
obviously, it's tempting depending on what type of situation she caught him in, and then also it's like, he's an athlete. He still has like that heart of an athlete, I'm sure. So it's like you kind of want to conquer something, especially if a young chick like that is throwing it at you. You like, damn, I'll beat the brakes off her right now.
Yep.
And it's like if you don't have the willpower, like we said, to like, nah, I got too much shit going good for me, and then you let her film it, or you like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
like, I don't get unless she like secretly filmed it. But yeah, bro, that's just wild. Yeah, man. I hope he figures this out.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We don't know if we don't have enough evidence to show that if Shannon's guilty or not.
True.
So I don't even say that anymore.
Like,
yeah, it's so easy to
like,
try to
my
defend
boy.
these guys. It's like, oh shit, let's come and jump into defense.
Right,
but that's what everybody's talking about.
We've seen it so many times.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people are talking about. Why isn't like Stephen A. Smith not defending Shannon Sharpe? You know what I mean? Like how he defended Stephen A. Smith defended somebody else who was going through the same shit.
Really?
I forgot who it was that he defended. It's Jay-Z. He defended Jay-Z when Jay-Z was going through this stuff about like how he
with that BuzzFeed lawyer
or whatever. Yeah. And everybody's kind of calling out Stephen A. like, yo, what's up? What why are you not defending this guy? This, that, and the fourth. And that's why it's hard to like come out and like you just don't know what happened, man.
Yeah.
So you could be defending like a person that actually did this shit.
And then if it gets confirmed, now it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You look bad now.
Yep. And then that's your whole name is tarnished. Everything that you believe or whatever. That's the issue about entertainment too. It's like, and being a face of your brand and stuff like that. It's just very risky, But yeah, like we just don't know if he did it or not. We have to wait until the evidence come out. And once the evidence comes out, then we can make our final decision and like either stand with him or, it was a mistake. Like, oh, damn, he made a mistake and this and that. Or we'd be like, damn, that's fucked up, bro. Like you still sexual assaulting people with all that money. You can just go buy what you want or whatever. Like, it's crazy. Maybe he's an animal. We just don't know it.
True.
But
True.
Yeah, moving on. So also what happened, I want to say recently is the Slate truck that came out.
This is a Slate. This Slate seats 2 and can carry sheets of plywood. This Slate seats 5 and can fit tons in the front. It's actually the same Slate.
Just to mention what a Slate truck is. A Slate truck is a new EV that's coming out and it's supposed to be under $20,000 for the most basic model. It's kind of like a I want to say minimalistic
that's
vehicle.
A good way to say it. Yeah.
And yeah, it's electric. It only goes 150 miles. I feel like it's a great round town vehicle. A lot of people have been saying like, yeah, all I wanted was a vehicle that doesn't burn gas and has a trunk like a truck bed, so I can put I do renovations on my house. I wanted to just put drywall, whatever in it, and just run it to Home Depot and run it back to my house rather than having to get a U-Haul or rent a big ass truck from Home Depot or something like that, or and just something that
So people kind of get it as like almost like that extra car that they like if they have a home and a family, it's like their
right.
extra sidecar.
You don't have to like ask buddy
Mhm.
next door or your cousin who has that truck and be like, "Hey, can I borrow the truck to do this or that?" Like, this is a nice little affordable vehicle that you can
Yeah, I think it's
go
dope.
and
I
do.
think the concept is cool, because obviously Tesla's been killing it, but before the Cybertruck, it was like
Yeah.
very nice family cars. So you looking in style, like so. And then when the Cybertruck came out, I think it was like, oh shit, yeah, word. You could have like handy, like
Mhm.
aggressive
Mhm.
electric vehicles too. So I think it's cool what that company is trying to do, and I like the concept, the name of it, Slate, where it's like it's customizable, right?
Yeah, it's
It's like a
customizable.
blank slate.
You can literally
Um,
customize it online and do
yeah,
a 3D of how it looks and then just
that's
fucking
pretty
order
dope.
it. And like that's sick. It's like
Yeah,
ordering a
I
pair of
think that's
shoes.
pretty. It makes it fun, to be honest.
Yeah, it
I
does.
think, man, even people who are like coming from like the heavy mod world, where they like getting Accords and Civics and modding them out and doing what they want. I think those
Mhm.
people are gonna probably fuck with something like this
Yeah.
because it looks futuristic, but then it kind of looks very, like you said, minimalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I think especially if we can help take care of the world a little better too. Less
Yeah.
gas, carbon, fucking going through the air. I think it'll be cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I like the concept of it. I hope they succeed.
yeah,
Mm.
hopefully I don't know, like I'm hoping it's not like a slow ass vehicle like the what do you call it? Like the Toyota Prius.
Mm-hmm.
The Prius is slow as shit. And when Teslas came out, it kind of like
True.
got rid of that stigma that electric cars are slow and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Man, them
like
things are going
hopefully
0 to 60 in like fucking
yeah.
four
I mean,
seconds. Or
yeah, the Slate truck doesn't need to do all that, but at least fucking
nah, nah,
be
nah. Give me
the
some.
regular yeah, at least be a regular speed,
Right,
like
right,
a
right.
good
Like
speed,
if
like
you
a
push
regular
the
car.
gas, you're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
it's
like you can
going.
feel
Yeah,
some
yeah.
like, oomph behind it.
Give it
But
a little 260 horsepower.
yeah.
A little
And
260, 300.
the cool part about Slate is that when you are customizing it, you can do all types of different stuff, which is like not just customizing the
Interior and
interior,
exterior.
but exterior as well. And the only issue I had with it was that if you wanted the back seat for the two seats in the back, because it comes as
Because
a two seater.
I saw, so I thought it was only a pickup truck at
Hmm.
first, but I saw it was like a S. You could turn it into an SUV
Yep.
type too, right?
You can turn it into SUV or any
That's
type
dope.
of
That's
like,
cool.
race. You can make it look like a race truck or whatever. But yeah, you can't access the back doors without going through the front doors. So you
Oh,
have to
so it'll be
go.
like a hatchback.
Yeah, it's a hatchback type of SUV. So that's kind of annoying. Like you got to bend down, go in the back. Like, that's
I,
kind of annoying.
but the thing is, I feel like that's things you gotta consider just based off your lifestyle, because even
Yeah.
the Broncos, I like the 2-door Broncos better than the 4 for some
Okay. And then
reason.
you have to do that in those.
But and then yeah, 'cause you gotta
Yeah.
like pull the seat up and shit. Remind me like the GTI, right?
Yeah. So I think that's where age comes in play too. So
That
it's like,
too.
okay, like if you're an 18-year-old or 21 or whatever, and
Right,
like,
right.
or 17, 15-year-old, like,
Mhm.
okay, this is
And you don't
perfect. You
got
and your
kids,
friends.
or
Yeah.
it's just you and your girl, kind of
Y'all got the
like
backs to
yeah.
bend down all the way and fucking get in
Mhm,
the back and y'all are
mhm.
energetic. Like
Even
I
if
feel
you
like
got
that's perfect.
homies, because then it's like, yo, if you want to ride, you gonna have to bend and get in the back. If
Yeah.
not, take your own
Yeah.
car.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. But I think I'll still get the
The four
four.
door,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean it's a two-door, but like the four seats
Mm.
because you can lay down the seats and then make it bigger so you can put a lot of stuff
Mm.
in the back. So that kind of
Yeah,
extends the trunk bed, the truck bed a little bit more.
that's dope.
But
I think especially if you live in like a building like yours where it's like you have the chargers
mhm,
downstairs and shit. Like
yeah,
I think electric's dope, man.
yeah,
In the future, I definitely want to have an electric car, especially for like day-to-day driving.
hmm,
And then I want like the Porsche 911 just for like
yeah,
that weekend fun drive, man.
yeah, for sure. And then but the thing is in Florida, you're gonna need a gas and electric.
That's
Like
what I'm
I mean
saying. Yeah,
gas,
yeah, yeah.
you can't just have straight electric. You have to
Oh,
have a
for real?
gas too. Yeah, because
Like a
nigga,
hybrid.
we have hurricanes where the power goes out. You can't do shit with that car.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you
Like
need a gas. You need
right,
a gas powered
right,
vehicle
right,
in Florida, but
right.
I think overall I think it's kind of safer to have depending on your lifestyle again,
Hmm.
but Like if you have a partner or you have other people in your, like loved ones that you have to, like it all depends on your lifestyle. But yeah, like I think it's just safer overall wherever you are to have
One of each, at
one
least.
of each. Yeah, if you're gonna get a Tesla, you gotta have like a gas powered vehicle. Just to, I don't care if it's even a
No, it's
motorcycle.
true.
Like
It's true. No, that's
you know,
that's a good point. Yeah, even if it's like a bike.
scooter, gas scooter, it
Mhm.
could be even that, because you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot because our grid is very, very, very weak.
Right.
And if we were to get attacked on that and we got some type of blackout for like a week, God forbid, 3 months
Well,
to 6 months,
damn, son. Now
yeah,
you talking about the apocalypse? You talking about World War III, son?
yeah, who knows, man? Because it's just things that
Nah, it's facts. It's true
we,
though.
we don't really think about,
Right,
going
right,
forward,
right.
because we all think it's gumdrops and rainbows until some shit goes down, like COVID. And like, COVID really kind of like changed, my mindset on a lot of that stuff. But anyways, that's another whole topic. But yeah,
Word,
you guys
word of
check out
mother.
the Slate truck, and yeah, man, check out more of our stuff. We're gonna definitely catch up, and yeah, catch us on our personal pods where we talk about what we got going on in filmmaking and stuff like
Yes,
that. So
sir.
keep up with that as well.
For sure.
And this one right here, obviously, it's like a trending topics top pod where we kind of talk about what's happening in the world. And
I'm gonna try to do one of each.
yeah, definitely. So, but again, love you guys, man, and continue to change your algorithm, continue
Yes,
to
sir.
like do better
Yes,
in
sir.
life, try to productivity hack
Yes,
or
sir.
whatever else you can do.
Don't let them vampires in your crib.
Don't invite them.
Don't invite them in your mind. Don't let these young white girls trap you guys, man. Nah, for real. Let's learn from this shit, man.
Yeah.
It's happened too many times, bro. Like, let's learn from it. Let's do better and continue to change our algorithm, baby.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Peace.
Holla.